Okay, so what we've just done is set up the equation for volume. Then we set it equal to 40 and solved for zeros so that we can use our calculators. I want everybody to take this part of the equation now and plug it in for y1 on your calculator. Take that part of the equation. I'm going to do the same thing when I open up my online calculator. It's the one you just wrote down on your worksheet.
5.
It's not 5. I promise.
You pinky promise?
I think I promise. I've never been so sure about anything in my entire life.
Except for when you snitched on me.
I was completely sure about that.
Nice.
I support you. It's not 5.
Okay, I'm recording. Okay, so this is the equation we've set up. Does everybody have the equation entered and you're ready to graph? Okay, let's all look at the same graph, so let's zoom 6. Okay. It does look like it's 5. Okay. Now, when we're using our calculator, sometimes we get integer answers. And those are really easy to check on the table. But sometimes we get answers that are not integers. And when they're not integers, it's best to actually find the real zero of the function. And I'm going to teach you really slowly how to make your calculator do that now. We think the answer's 5. We're about to verify that it's 5. Okay, but this is a new process we're going to learn because you don't always get nice, pretty answers. All right, so what you do is you hit, let me clear my key history here so it'll show up. The second button right here, that's now red, and trace for calculate. Okay, which one of these do you think we're going to choose? 2, because we're looking for the zeros of the function. So I'm going to choose 2. All right, so let's look at this graph. What that graph is prompting me for right now is to set up a left boundary for that 0. It wants me to go just to the left of that 0. And right now we think the x value is 5. So just to the left of that would be an x value of like 4, wouldn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now right now, do you see wherever my cursor is, I can't see it, but what is my x value? 0. So to get to 4, I need to go right a little bit. So let's go till we get to an x value of 4. We may have to click a little while. Oh, there we go. I got to 4. I still don't see my cursor though, because my y value is negative 32. But that's okay. I know I'm on the left side of this that appears to be 5. So I'm going to hit enter. When I'm just to the left of it, we think it's 5. I'm at 4.25. That's good enough. Is everybody at 4 point something?
Yeah. Couldn't you go right like that?
I think I just missed.
Okay, so you hit enter. Now do you see it's prompting me for a right bound? So if I think it's 5, I want to go a little bit bigger than 5. There we are. 6. That's bigger than 5. So I'm going to hit enter. Now, do you see the 2 arrows right here at the top? Those 2 arrows. They should always be facing each other. We call those kissing arrows. They should be like kissing. If they're going opposite, we messed up. We got our left and our right wrong. So the arrows should be facing each other, pointing towards each other. Kissing arrows. If we have kissing arrows, then hopefully we did it right. So when it says guess, we always just hit enter. Go ahead and hit enter and see what it says, guys.
Me too. I'm confused.
You alright? I don't know if you have the arrows. You gotta pay attention.
Come on, all of this paint thing. I don't know what we're doing now.
Yes, shut up.
Don't talk to you.
Claire, suit up.
What?
Claire, suit up.
Okay, so when you hit enter on guess, do you see it tells you the 0 is exactly 5? Exactly 5. Alright? So what we're going to do in this class, which is different than my other classes, we're going to skip to number 7. Because number 7 is the next problem that's similar to this. So while we all have our calculators out and we're getting used to this, we're going to do these in order. Okay, so we're skipping around just so we can do all the calculator problems here together. All right, number 7. A box has a volume of 280 cubic centimeters. Find the dimensions of the container if the length is 3 more than the width. The length is 3 more than the width. Can I write that like this? The length is, in math is equals, 3 more than 3 plus the width.
Yes, you mean.
Okay, so that came from that sentence. The next one, and the height is 6 more than the width. The height is 6 more than the width.
It's a rectangle.
It is. It's a rectangular box. We've got a length, a width, and a height. Now the width is just W. So volume with respect to the width, volume based on the width, is the length times the width. Now, since width is just a monomial, it's just a W, I'm going to stick it in front so I don't get confused by it. Length times width times height. So there's my equation. Now, this time it tells me the volume is 280. So what do I stick in right here?
280.
280.
Whoa.
You have been killing it today.
You really believe that?
Okay, so right now if I use a calculator, I would have to look at an intersection way up at 280, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to transform it. I'm going to shift it down by subtracting that 280. So that way I get to look at the x-axis. I get to look for the zeros of the function, where the function equals 0. All right, so let's take those calculators back out, and we have a new equation.
There's not a W on there.
Use the X symbol.
Yes, there's not a W, so we're going to use the X symbol. Good question.
He can sing whenever he wants to. Free country. My fault. I agree.
Something different today, that's for sure. It's not the goal. You need nice thing.
I thought it was 3 plus X.
1, okay, that's a good question. I said 3 plus X. Is there a difference between X plus 3 and 3 plus X?
Yeah.
No, they're the same. You go either way. You could put a 3 here and an X there. Or you could put they're the same.
Alright, so
Dude,
now
it's
I
a legitimate question.
Okay, now let's graph.
graph.
Okay, it looks like it's 4.
It is.
Okay? Check on the table and see if it is 4. If the table verifies it, you don't even have to use that 0 button. But we're going to practice anyway.
Yes, it is 4.
It's 4.
It is 4. So we can use our table and see 4. But the last one we're going to do is not an integer. So we need to learn how to use that zeros button. Let's try the zeros button again. And I want to come by and see every calculator say 0, x equals 4,
Where's the 0
y
button?
equals 0. I want to make sure every single one of you are doing it.
Where's the 0 button?
Okay, so the process once again. You start by doing second trace.
Go down to number 2.
Choice 2.
Where's Trace?
It's up top.
It's right
next
here.
to zoom, in between zoom and graph.
Okay, now we think it's 4, so we want that x pretty close to 4 before we set our left boundary. Oh, that's too
4.
big. Go back down.
Wait, how do you...
Wait, what's wrong with 4.04?
It's got to be left of that. Is 4.04 left of 4? Yeah. So, can't have it bigger than 4. It's got to be smaller. And then go right to get a right bound.
Right.
Now, do you see my arrows are kissing? I have kissing arrows. That's a good sign.
Oh, that's
And you
such a
hit
good
enter.
sign.
What did mine?
Alright, I'm at 3.82 now. What do I
Found
do?
that 0 is x equals 4.
Press enter.
Press enter, and then I don't have kissing arrows.
Did you put the minus
That's
way
because
down
the
there?
first one you did in the wrong spot.
I did.
I'm so
Okay, so this is the screen I want to see on everybody's calculator. And if you can't get there, I will help you.
I need kissing arrows.
Wait, hold on, I messed up. I just had it.
Can you help me? I only have one here.
Okay. So, and I think you decided it wasn't in the right place. Okay, so 3 is good. Hit
Click
enter.
enter.
And now we gotta go bigger. So is that bigger than 4?
Yes.
Click enter. Kissing arrows?
What was the point of that?
Now he's got a 0.
In the past,
Yeah, just go.
we usually get
Oh.
No,
so you guys get
How do you know how to get the hot?
You have to go back. Alright, we want this, and then we click enter.
I don't know what it's made of. Sometimes when it's too
most
close,
likely
it's
we'll play one series again. If we're playing one, we'll play one series.
Right, so left.
No,
is far
you
enough
didn't
away.
type it in the right
When we do it
place.
once, do you see how close
Did
it
you
is?
type it in
Four.
right? You typed it in right here. Then you click enter. Then you click graph. Then you click second.
Show me.
Trace. And then you click enter.
That's right.
That's right.
Alright, we like that
What
one.
is today?
Let's go one more for right now. So we're good.
Like
We're
so,
gonna pass
the
it
egg.
on.
There's one.
Enter on gas.
What'd you do?
How hot is it?
Then I said, what did you do? Like, I had 4.04. I have no idea. Wait, now I'm confused. Do 2 layers.
It just was Friday.
Wait, I'm confused again. I'm not ready for this test. I'm having my tutor teach.
Why when you have a free tutor in class?
Excuse me?
You have a free
Technically, it's not free. It's tax dollars.
Okay. It's called I get frustrated and I get my tutor.
It's a bus.
I need to tell my mom. I need
Oh, you know what it is?
What's the tuition? Tuition.
It's like 20. They
Oxford,
we
Mississippi.
went down to the
Yep.
lake.
I'm tired.
Oh, I didn't know it was college day.
Sure.
How much is it to
Are you
go to
going
the
there?
We went down there and we walked
Where you
back
going?
up.
Liberty?
Came in here. And now we're drawing what we think we're going to look at in 10 years if humans just left. Every human died right now. What would the career look like in 10 years?
Well, you pay anyway.
And then in 40 years, and then in 100 years.
Everybody pays it. It's not like you're paying to go get it.
Did you see every girl?
Right, that's the way it is.
And like years, there's like 3 times as much years.
They'd be cutting out. They're always specific.
So, and then it's just grass everywhere. Which is until it's out.
Well, no, they take a percentage. It's not like
There'd be like
it's not
fines
like
and
set
stuff,
amount of dollars.
like weeds and stuff.
You guys making millions here.
The rats would be king.
7% of his income.
Rat would be charged with it. That's environmental science.
I would not be here right now.
Where would you be at?
That's what I'm saying.
I would be
I don't know.
pursuing my
I would get my high school GPA no matter how much. Then I would go to college. How much I would take first semester, but I was 20 years old. I would say, hey George, I got cash, I can do it. And they'd be like, sure. I'll take it every one. I'd be like,
Can you have a Halloween party? Really?
If you had 300 mil, would you still let us
It costs $2?
get an education, I don't see why. I don't see why you can be.
And that's
See
what
why you want to
you go.
stay on.
You go back there.
Just get the, like, just go through high school, at least.
So I feel like
Get your GED.
Because
Because, like, then you're gonna be that millionaire who everybody thinks is an idiot because you didn't finish high school.
If I have,
Like, unless you're running your multi-million-dollar business. Like, if you win the lottery, $3 million, you know, why not? Like, what else are you gonna be doing? You don't have a business.
Chilling. I wouldn't be waking up early.
You don't work.
Because you would lose if I'm all your money in multi-millionaire.
so,
You would invest in the worst possible decisions.
I'm
You would invest
definitely
in
not
the
being a
worst
cheerleader.
decisions.
In fact, I already have my hot dog.
I would actually buy a baby monkey.
that's
I'd buy a orangutan. That's what it is. A baby orangutan, not the big
Okay, so honestly, you didn't need that on the last two because you could see them on the table. The next one you can't. Okay? Most real problems don't work out well on the table. You have to find something closer to accurate using the 0 button. So this one, we're making a clay sculpture that is a rectangular prism.
Wait, did we finish?
We're creating a,
Like, what's my,
everybody
what would I
got
write for my
4.
answer?
Sorry, everybody got 4 for the width. So the height would be 10, and the length would be 7. So those are our dimensions, 4 by 10 by 7 centimeters.
This is just cold, man. You gotta do it, man. We gotta get this right. Just wait. What's the
Okay, so this one we're making a box. The height is to be 4 inches greater than the width. So the height is the width plus 4. The length is twice the width. So the length is twice the width. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it says to do it actually in terms of x. So where the w's were, I'm going to put a x, and we'll say the width is x. There we go. So when we go to multiply here, the volume in terms of f of x is the length times the width times the height. There's our equation. Now, find the dimensions, that's all 3 of them, when the volume is 144 cubic centimeters. So what do we do with that 144?
So you add it to both sides.
You plug it in right here,
No, you plug it in and then you subtract it.
and then you subtract it. Now, that 2x times x, could I write that as 2x squared? Yeah. So this is what we type into our calculator. 2x squared times x plus 4 minus 144.
Is it okay if we just left it like X?
Yeah, sure. You can leave it just like that.
That's not okay.
What was that class?
Sorry.
Wait, is it supposed to be a straight line?
Like a minute.
Or just like two straight lines?
He asked for everyone to sing. It's 2x squared.
Shut up.
Hey y'all.
That was like 6th grade dance music.
You don't dance to the song.
It's x plus 4. Is that what it was?
C.
And then 144?
Yes. Second count. 0.
Alright. This one's not perfect. It looks like it's close to 3, but it doesn't go exactly through 3. So this is where that 0 button is really important. So let's see if you can figure out what this is. Oh, you've already got it? Okay, I'll ask you in a second. You got it too?
3.
So does that mean we go a little bit past 3?
Okay, a little bit before 3 for the left bound, a little bit past 3 for the right bound.
How do you know that?
Found it.
Because look where it crosses. A little bit, just a tiny bit past 3.
Is this supposed to be?
So when it starts like popping up like that with that little circle, what do you do? I'm so
Oh, stop. What is that supposed to mean? Mitchell, what are you trying to say?
Alright, so I gotta press enter one
Your
more
team
time.
was defeated by Team Devan's on
I go left bound, right bound.
Stop.
Bro, both of my running backs are hurt.
Oh my goodness.
I just don't know.
Are you checking the right answer, Phil?
This is right.
Eli, what'd you get?
She's giving me an error.
That's right. Is that what you got?
I got
Are we supposed to?
I'm so
How many places do we go past the decimal?
3.17 is fine.
I got it.
Okay, so, that's our width.
Stop.
Our length would be double that. So, let's say we said 6.338, and our
I
height
didn't even touch that.
would be plus 4.
Ew.
You gonna have to find it. You don't push.
Here you go.
Can you just round to 3.17?
Yeah. 3.17 is fine. Okay. Guys, let's look at number 5, and then we'll be done. If I gave you 2 out of 3, I didn't give you the length, but I gave you the width and the height. We multiply to get the volume. How can we go backwards to get a missing dimension? Divide. I would do synthetic division. So if one of my factors is x plus 2, I would divide by -2. Good. If the other factor was x plus 4, I would divide by
-4.
-4. I'm going to put the solutions up so you can see all of them. The review packet. You choose which half you want to do tonight. I would pick the kinds that are hard for me because tomorrow is a question and answer day.
Ooh.
Thursday is your test. The rest of it is due Thursday. We'll turn it in before the
I have
test.
3 tests on
I have
Thursday.
3
That's because none of us can test on
Are
Friday.
we doing anything on Friday in here?
Yes.
Because if so, I need makeup for it. I'm not
Closure.
going to be here.
I can't
We're
read tests
doing
on Friday.
closure.
Oh, he's not going to be here.
We only have 40 minutes of class time.
You said, yeah,